So you publish your blog post and it's a ghost town. The only accounts that you've got on your views are the ones that have come from you. It's a bit of a nightmare. My name's Kevin from the Online Visibility Agency. Let's look at how we can get you some traffic. Now, obviously, you've done well. You've published your first blog post. Maybe it's not your first blog post. I don't know. But it's quiet. Nothing's happening. And you're looking in your analytics obsessively because that's what people do. And it's saying 1 or 2 or 3, and they're all you. Let's face it. Don't worry about comments on your blog posts for now. That's not really critical. But what is critical is that we get that view count working and that we get people to notice that you've written this awesome piece of content. So how do we go about it? Well, there's a number of different ways. The first way is we tell the search engines it exists. Now, assuming you've got your environment for blogging set up correctly and you've got an XML sitemap on your site if you're putting it onto a website. Then once you've got that and it's optimized, we need to go off and we need to tell, let's say Google, for example, it's the biggest search engine, everybody knows it. Look, hey, this exists. Well, it updates the XML sitemap. If it doesn't do it manually, automatically, you may need to do it manually. Some systems do require manual update. Even if you've told Google search that actually your site exists and this is the sitemap to read, if you don't make sure it's updated, then it will never be found on there. So the first way, the best way, and the way that we really want it in the search engines is to go make sure the sitemap's updated, it's listed in there, all of the settings are available, it's open to be found in search engines and all of those wonderful things. Once we've done that, we can grab the URL once it's public, go over to Google search and go, hey, go off and crawl this link. This is a great blog post I've written. Go and index it for me. And assuming you've got some idea of how to optimize your post for search, then they'll go off, they'll read it and go, yeah, hey, this is great. It's passed all of our checks. We're going to make sure that if it's people are searching on our platform for what it is that you've said that this is about, then we'll deliver it at some point, depending on a whole heap of different factors as to what that may be. So that's the best way because we want traffic from search, right? They're people that are actively looking for a solution to a problem that you hopefully will solve for them. That's the best way. The next way is we can use social media, of course, grab the link once it's published, go on to, I don't know, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you want to go and go, look, I've just published this amazing blog post and we're going to talk about blah, blah, blah. Here's the link, go and have a read. Now, that's quite good for getting traffic because the people that you're connected with on those channels probably know you already, probably interested in something you've got to say, maybe, maybe not, I don't know. And then they'll click and they'll go and have a read. So that gets more eyes on what you do. But we have to work at that because once we've published it, you know, say, for instance, on Twitter, we all know, well, X as it is now, it used to be 15 minutes for a tweet. And after that, it was a dead tweet. God knows what it is now. It could be 5 seconds for all I know. But the point is social media has a shelf life for a post. When we do an update, how long does it get noticed for? So just be aware of that. But it is a good way of getting people to do it. And the third way, of course, is, and a big advocate of this, build your email list and tell them on email. I've just published this. We used to do weekly roundups of blog posts on email. A lot of systems used to have that capacity to be able to pull an RSS feed in and just automatically once a week do an auto-generated email out to certain lists, whatever criteria you set it up for, and go, hey, look, we've just published these posts this week, this month, whatever it may be. But the point is that you cannot publish a blog post, sit back and expect 10,000 people to read it, because the reality of the case is you have to work at it. And even big publications, really, really big publications, have to work at it. They have to still go on to all their channels and go, look, publish this, and then go through and click and read, get their people to read it. So you're not alone, but you do have to have a process. And it's a really easy way of doing it, but most people stop at the publish phase. They go, right, I've published, I'll put all that hard work in. It's great. I'm going to sit and obsessively hit refresh on my analytics and see how many people have read it. And it's a little bit disheartening because it doesn't quite work that way. Now, there is an exception to this rule. Of course, if you're a frequent blogger, you're blogging maybe 2, 3, 4 times a week. Maybe you're going through the business blogging challenge, doing 1 a day for a month. Really suggest you do it if you've not yet got any sort of traffic or any blog going. then what will happen is the process will almost automatically kick in, because it becomes known as an active site and it's expecting of content in the search engines only. Of course, social, it won't just automatically post out for you. But in the search, certainly, it will probably start to look at getting auto-indexed, providing your sitemaps are updated. So really easy, but have a look at getting that involved with that and getting on with that. You'll thank me for it, because it will stop you getting that, oh, I've posted for 5 blog posts in the last 6 years and nobody's read them apart from me. We all know that's not enough. But if you are posting more frequently, maybe you're posting once a week or once a fortnight, once a month, and you do want to get some traffic to what you're doing, it's still not really enough, but you can do it in one of these ways. And remember, especially with social, telling them once that it exists, probably want to do a bit more than that. You probably want to go back maybe in a few weeks and post that link out again, maybe with a different update to go with it, and just talk about another part or element of that blog post, but the same link. So that link is going out and it's reminding people to go back and have a read. We'll talk at some point about what you do when they've read your blog post and what you want them to do and how we can make that happen. But for today, blog post traffic, if you've got none, follow these three ways to get more traffic or get any traffic. Let's face it, sometimes just having a few people read our stuff makes us feel like the effort we've put into creating that post is worthwhile, because you know we love what we do and we want to help the people, which is why we create this content. And if you don't, and if all you're doing is trying to trick search engines, be warned, they know. So you're going to have a hard old time trying to write a load of spammy content that's never going to get indexed, because they read it and they know now. So make sure your content is customer focused, solution driven, and really interesting and appropriate to what it is that you do. And combine that with any of those 3 tips that I've given you, and you'll very soon see that your traffic starts to increase. And then what you need to do, scale. So if you're posting once a month, post once a week. If you're posting once a week, post twice a week. You get my point. If you want to join the Business Blogging Challenge, of course, you're very welcome. Let me just put this up for you. It's free. Hey, what's better than that? We've been running this for donkey's years. It helps people either re-kickstart their blog that may be really struggling to get noticed. There's lots of tips and tricks in there. It's also for beginning bloggers. So if you've never done a blog post before, and we talked about this in a previous video, and it frightens the life out of you, yet you know you've got to do it and you need to get it done, or you're even considering hiring an agency, but you want to understand what it is you're asking them to do, go through the Business Blogging Challenge, go to that link, sign up. It's free. It's delivered by email, and there is an option to get videos and all other stuff as well. And you can go through it at your pace. And we have an amazing Facebook group of people that will sit there with you and encourage you and help you, and maybe even read and share your stuff as well. So it's a really nice way of joining a community that wants to progress with their business blogging. That's it for me for today. Have a great day. See you on the next video.